Halloween 3 tried to take the franchise in a new direction.
Each year, let's come out with a new movie on the subject of Halloween.
The decision not to include Michael Myers was a controversial one. Could a Halloween movie work without the Shape?
I also had a couple of stinker sequels on my list, including Halloween 3, a boring, slow-paced thriller about a plan to fry the brains of the nation's youth.
Before we take a look at the black sheep of the Halloween franchise, I want to address a rumor that apparently you grow a mustache while reviewing this movie. I'm sorry, that's simply not true. Let's take a look at Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. The film opens up with a man running away from a vehicle. The man narrowly escapes and he finds help, but then he collapses.
They're coming.
Then we're introduced to the manliest man of all time, Dr. Dan Chalice, who's bringing his kids some Halloween masks, but they're not too impressed with them because they already have the silver shamrock mask that their mom bought them. Suddenly, Dr. Dan Chalice gets a call from work.
Halloween, Halloween, Halloween.
I gotta call in.
Dr. Dan Chalice takes care of the man from the beginning of the movie, and everything seems okay, but one of the men from earlier sneak in and kill the old man. Chalice is trying to catch the mysterious man. He gets into his vehicle and pours gasoline on himself, and this right here happens. The next day, Ellie Grimbridge arrives and verifies that that was her father.
Yes, that's my father.
3 days later, Chalice requests that Teddy takes a look at the body because he feels that something isn't right.
See what I can do. No promises.
Thanks.
2 days after that, Chalice meets up with Ellie and tells her what her father said.
And what he said was, they're gonna kill us all. And in a little while, he was dead.
Ellie tells Chalice that she thinks her father may have ran into some trouble in Santa Mira, so they decide to go there.
California? You never know.
They rent a room and they are already figuring out a few things.
I was right. We'll go directly to the factory. We'll
Whoa,
find out
hold on,
exactly
slow down. It's getting late.
They're trying to figure out the sleeping arrangements, and Ellie asks Dr. Dan Chalice where he wants to sleep tonight, and he says this.
That's a dumb question, Miss Grimbridge.
Tom Atkins is the man. Later that night, Chalice runs into a homeless man, and he gets more information about Connell Cochran.
Case and a half of Molotov cocktails. Burn that son of a bitch right now.
Then he gets absolutely destroyed. Back at the motel, this lady learns that you shouldn't mess with a silver shamrock mask. The next day, Chalice calls Teddy for an update on the body.
Be some bone fragments or teeth or something. I've got nothing here to indicate there was ever a body at all.
Connell Cochran is giving a tour of his factory, but doesn't let his best salesman see the final processing.
It involves volatile chemicals, very dangerous. Sure, I wouldn't want to put anybody in any danger. Oh,
Ellie sees her father's car.
That's Papa's car.
Wait, Ellie, don't.
Later that night, Chalice tries to make a call, but it doesn't go through. He goes back and finds that Ellie is missing. Chalice goes to the factory and fights one of the suited men, but he finds out that it is not human. The next day is Halloween. Chalice is captured, and Connell Cochran reveals his plan. Each mask contains a small fragment of Stonehenge, which will activate upon viewing the big giveaway commercial, which pretty much means if you're wearing a silver shamrock mask at that time, you're fucking dead.
It has a power in it. A force.
Unfortunately, we get a preview of events to come. We see that Chalice's kids are not the only ones that are in danger. Chalice is tied up and it seems like all hope is lost.
Happy Halloween.
Luckily, Chalice escapes, rescues Ellie, sneaks into the control room, activates the commercials, and pours a box of microchips from the rafters, killing everyone, including Connell Cochran. A massive fire destroys the factory. Chalice and Ellie escape, but it's revealed that Ellie is an android. Chalice makes it to Walter's shop from the beginning of the movie. He frantically calls the television networks, warning them about the commercial, and we're left with this cliffhanger.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
That was Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Now, I'm very happy to finally lay this silly rumor to rest that apparently you grow a mustache when reviewing this movie. Absolute nonsense. I reviewed the entire movie, and guess what? No mustache on my face. So, I'm not saying I was right, but for everybody out there that said that that was gonna happen, you're fucking wrong. Suck it. So my overall thoughts and opinions on this movie, I really enjoy it now. As a kid, I hated the movie because it didn't have, Michael Myers in it. And I watched Halloween movies for that reason. But now, being older and kind of being able to separate, hey, this is not, technically, it is a part of the franchise, but it really isn't following the same storyline. It is a cool concept. I would have loved to have seen more movies like this in the franchise. But at the same time, I love Michael Myers, and I'd love to see those sequels, so I don't want those to go away, but I wish we could have got the best of both worlds because this is a very cool and unique concept. You have really good characters. You have Dr. Dan Chalice, played by Tom Atkins, which he is the man, everybody knows that. Ellie Grimbridge, and you really follow those two as they kind of uncover the mystery of the Silver Shamrock Company, and oh man, whenever you figure out what's going on, it is very dark and brutal. Connor Cochran is a sick, sadistic son of a bitch because these kids are just trying to wear these Halloween masks, and yeah, they watch the Silver Shamrock commercial. Next thing you know, they're grabbing their head. They got spiders, they got snakes, they got bugs coming out of their head, and they're dead. Very dark, very brutal. And I know it won't be for everyone. It won't be everyone's cup of tea, but I personally enjoyed the movie. It's something different, and it has a very good score. I love the score. Definitely worth listening to. Outside of watching the movie, the directing by Tommy Lee Wallace I thought was really good. The acting, I really enjoyed the acting, and just a cool concept overall. But if you didn't enjoy the movie, that's okay, because guess what? It didn't take long for Michael Myers to return to the franchise.
The Immortal Classic.